Wow. Holy. Hey, gun people. Shit. Every time I think I've seen the most asshole cop, the most authoritarian ego, I didn't see this guy. I don't know what this guy looks like. My guess is he's freaking bald. Rick, you can't say that. You didn't. Look, this guy's conduct is exactly the way 90% of the police perceive every pesky citizen, private person that they can intimidate and bully. This guy is outrageous in his conduct. He lies on camera. Luckily, this guy who was trying to help, who handled this pretty good, I'm going to give him some advice here next time he deals with police. He handled it pretty good, and he ended up not getting charged, even though this cop said he was arrested, and I'll explain what this guy's California cop, because he's quoting 148. 148 is resisting obstruction. It's the catch-all. When cops get backed in the corner and they can't do anything else and they get frustrated, they throw out 148. And like I said, in some cases, like in, I think, Oakland, Alameda PD, they started keeping track of when you filed 148s. And finally, they said so many cops were filing it, they said from now on, you cannot file 148 resisting arrest unless the cop gets at least 2 or 3 stitches. Then you can file resisting arrest. Because the cops were abusing it so much, the DA just said, I'm not filing them. So you can charge them, which is a problem. Because cops know, I know it's not going to be filed, but I can still arrest you. I can lock you up. I can put you in handcuffs. I can try to drum up more charges and escalate this thing. Even though I know there's not a chance in hell, the DA has already said, I'm not going to file it. I can still, as a cop, harass any pesky citizen and make them go through a booking process and give them an arrest record and make them get photographed post bail, go to court, all with the knowledge that I know it's never going to be charged. That's a problem with the system. Anyway, let's take a look at this video. So this guy, he kind of goes through all this. I didn't read it.
Would you like to do a, okay, here you go.
I wouldn't say it's a... So I was tested.
Okay, would you like to do a, okay, here you go ahead, here, I'll sit down. You can do a mental health evaluation for me. Go ahead.
Okay, so this cop immediately is irritated. Now, I think he's already irritated. Now, look, this woman is emotional. To me, I think she doesn't have a full grasp of the English language, so she's having a hard time communicating. And instead of trying to help this lady, this piece of shit, blue line matter, all cops are heroes, this is an isolated incident. This is what I'm going to get when all the cop lovers come, Rick, not all cops are that way. He's just an isolated. This is what I see every day in thousands of contacts. And this is only what we see on video. And if you think that we only see bad when it happens to get caught on video, then you're a bigger idiot than I thought. Because I'm telling you, most crooks that get caught, it's not the first time they commit crime. And when these cops are getting caught doing this huge, violent, rude, outrageous behavior, it is not the first time. It's the first time they've been caught on camera. Here we go.
Well, I feel like...
Go ahead. You can run through the questions. What do you do for the hospital?
I'm a speech and language pathologist.
So, after he's finished bullying and intimidating this woman, who is not threatening, who is obviously not being aggressive, not acting on the... Look, I'm a certified DRE, drug recognition expert. I've done a lot of people on the... I'm telling you, this woman's behavior would not lead me to believe that she's on the influence. Now, again, totality of circumstances, I don't know what happened before this video footage started. So, if I had video footage that showed her acting crazy before, I might change my opinion. But in this context of this 15-minute video where this officer is berating her, cutting her off, being aggressive, in her face, violating her space, attacking this guy because he's trying to help and de-escalate the situation, this cop is pissed, he don't like it, and he's mad at both of them now, and he was going to arrest her, and now he's going to arrest this guy. Outrageous conduct by this cop, this so-called peace officer. This Blue Lives Matter, Rick the Blue Line, we have our own flag, and all cops are heroes, and you just hate cops because you pick... I hate the behavior of government abusing their authority and abusing pesky citizens because they have the power and they're unaccountable. Outrageous conduct by this cop.
Okay, so you're not a nurse, you're not a doctor, you're not a medical professional.
So he wants to, first of all, make this guy seem like you don't know shit. I know the law. This cop, I mean, he's been around for a while because he's using the right words to kind of sound like what he's trying to do is trying to avoid their defense. So everything he says, he's talking like you're not going to be able to use as a defense because I'm going to be smart and I'm going to show that whatever you say isn't true or is invalid. So listen to this great, wonderful blue line cop berate and intimidate this woman and then try to intimidate this guy who's trying to help this woman.
Okay, then please do the if you can do the mental evaluation for me if you could.
No, I don't need a mental evaluation.
Okay, again, she's not aggressive. Her conduct, her behavior, her mannerisms is to me timid, fearful. It's intimidated. Her conduct is by no way 148, and neither is this other guy who is mild-mannered, keeps his tone, not disruptive, trying to help, doesn't interrupt the officer. Meanwhile, the officer does all those things. Interrupts, intimidates, gets in your face, violates your personal space, puts his hands on you and assaults you. I mean, it's just crazy what this cop does. And this cop ends up arresting this medical guy. Oh, I was just furious sitting here steaming watching this.
I believe you do.
No, I'm just telling. I'm just explaining.
Okay, can you please go through it for me?
I'm surprised he didn't jump up and go, "Don't point that pencil at me! I feel threatened! You pull a weapon, I'm going to tackle you and tase you!" I was waiting for that. This cop is a bump. Let me give you a little background real quick on what... This is a police station. This cop was behind a bulletproof glass, and these people had a conversation. And when she asked for his badge number because he was being a dick, he said 1, 2, 3. And this guy heard it. Because he was being a dick. Why? Because he was behind bulletproof. Because he could. Because this woman is nothing to him but a pesky citizen, making him earn his salary and retirement and benefits. This is the attitude of cops, people. I mean, people are like, "Rick, you were a cop for 30 years. How can you turn on the profession? You know we're all professional." Look, I work with good cops. I work with bad cops. No profession is perfect. The profession of police and law enforcement now has gone 180 degrees to where now the majority is brute, bully, don't give a shit cops that abuse their authority, to where it used to be the minority and the exception for cops to do that. But here we go.
I can hear.
You need consent from where? What do you mean consent?
To participate in a cognitive evaluation.
Okay, cool, yeah.
So the cop is trying to bully this guy. "Go ahead, do your investigation. I'll just sit right here. Go ahead, Mr. Smart Guy. Do your evaluation." And he doesn't even think that, hey, maybe this woman doesn't, maybe she has a say. You know why he doesn't think she has a say? Because he's got the power and authority. And he can tell her she ain't shit and to shut up. And if you don't do what I tell you, I'll say I think you're under the influence. I'll say I think you need a mental health evaluation. I will use the law against you to enforce that I am in power and you are nothing. This cop is despicable.
Why are you leaving me?
All right, could you just give us a minute? Could you go outside, please?
Yeah, where should I?
So first he comes over and tells him to do an evaluation. The guy says, "I need your evaluation." He never wanted this guy to do evaluation. He wanted to slam this guy and intimidate and try and force and back this guy in a corner and not let him talk and be more of a bully, not only to this helpless woman who is obviously nervous and scared. And I think she has good right to be. This guy is a freaking psychopath. He may go off any minute. And this guy, he tries to intimidate him, and this guy refuses to leave. Just outrageous conduct.
You can fill it out outside.
But I haven't finished talking.
Please go outside, sir.
Why? No.
No, because I need to talk to you.
No.
It's okay. It's okay. You can go outside.
No. I don't want.
Then you can talk to him outside then.
No. Why? Why do you need me to leave?
Sir, time to go.
No, but why?
Let's go. Come on.
So now he doesn't like this 2-on-1, and he doesn't like this witness, and he knows he can intimidate her more if she doesn't have a suspect. This is the same behavior that abusing spouses use to keep their spouse in an abusive relationship. They isolate, they berate, they give them no self-worth, they don't want them to have any friends, and therefore they keep them in this lockdown circle of violence to where, you know what? You don't have anybody else. You need me. I can do what I want. You got no place to go. This is what this cop is going through here. I mean, this cop literally is probably one of the most psychopathic cops I've seen, that where he is just freaking out of control over a simple, this woman is trying to get him to take a supplement report, which is his job, and he's pissed off about it, and he's going to let the world know.
Let's go. I need to talk to her. Let's go.
No, I feel treated.
It's okay. We need to speak in private, so...
First of all, this is a public building. I'm here to do a report. You have no right to make me leave, and you can't trespass me. The cop pulls out, I'm going to charge you with trespassing. When cops start pulling out threatening laws, look, they're either going to do it or they're not going to do it. And you need to know the law that to where you don't violate it, but you are not trespassing in a public area if you have business in a public building. A cop cannot trespass you. Now, they can intimidate and yell and scream, and you're going to go to jail and threaten you with handcuffs, but you can't be trespassed if you have lawful business in a public building. Now, if you go in there drunk and you're freaking dropping your pants and being a dick, and now you're becoming a disturbance, then maybe they can say, you need to leave, you can call in, they give you other options. But they cannot just trespass you because you're there and a woman is asking for help because you're being a dick and intimidating her, and now she's scared, and now this guy wants to help her. Wow, what an asshole cop, man. This guy ought to be on freaking the star player for Angry Cops.
Sir, I feel like
I
she's...
need your name.
Let's go.
I need...
So now he reaches in front of this guy, again, invading his space, grabbing his paper like, I'm going to throw your paper out. This is all intimidation. Remember, this guy is wearing a uniform with a badge and a gun on, and he's treating these two people who are being decent and not doing anything wrong like they're freaking pesky peasants. They're pesky citizens that just need to go pay their taxes and get out of their face so he can get his big retirement and his salary and benefits and then treat people like shit.
Sir,
I need to speak to you in private. I need to speak to her in private. Let's go.
Please don't touch me.
Okay.
So he's going to reach out and forcibly move the guy. This is, again, another intimidation move. I will move in and threaten physical force. I will make actions as if I'm going to use physical force if you don't comply with me. And this guy's like, please don't touch me. He pulls away, which is good. Had he pushed forward and knocked the cop's hand away, he would have been in jail. So good for him. He showed nonviolent. He moved away, tried to create space, even though he's backed into the corner, and he didn't hit the guy, or the cop would have fucking freaked out and probably shot him.
Let's go.
With
No,
all due
I
respect,
need your name,
I
and I need you to...
Ma'am, I'd like to help
no,
you.
I haven't, no, but I don't need your help. I'm telling him now.
Sir, can you please leave?
No.
Can I speak with
If
her outside?
you're not, I will arrest you for trespassing.
Boom. If you don't do what I tell you, I'm going to start pulling out the law. I'm going to arrest you for trespassing. In a minute, he pulls out this woman because he doesn't like her. I think you're under the influence. You're being loud. You're being rude. Listen to the way he explains this woman's conduct here in a minute. And then I want you to tell me how outrageous he's doing this on camera. And he causes this guy to have an arrest record and files a report of an arrest on him. Outrageous conduct.
So I need to speak with her in private.
No, but I need, no,
I
because
feel
I don't
for
feel
her safety.
safe. I don't
Okay.
feel safe.
Let's do this. Walk to the counter. Let's
No,
walk to the counter. I will
need
do.
his phone number.
I'm doing your report
No,
right now.
I need his, why do you, no,
See, you're making this worse.
no.
So now he's blaming this guy for making it work. This guy, he said freaking 2 or 3 words. And he's being threatened with trespassing. And now he's being blamed for making this worse. When the only one making it worse is the out of control, ego, bald-headed, intimidating cop. Rick, it's not fair that you think he's bald. We haven't seen his picture. Well, I'm taking a guess. Right here, I think I see a reflection of a bald head.
You are making this
I
worse.
need your phone number. Can you please give me your phone number?
It's too...
This woman, to me, this is just pathetic. It's sad to see a woman get so intimidated and fearful. This woman is really, I don't know if she's been in an abusive relationship. I don't know if she doesn't know how to stand up for herself. But this woman is literally, her voice, her emotion, she's fearful as cop. And you know what? It's 100% justified. And this cop has no self-awareness whatsoever that he is the problem. He's making it worse. And he can't read that, look, this woman is scared of you and your behavior, and you need to tone it down. You need to help her if you really want. The cop doesn't really want to help her. He wants to intimidate and bully and be the typical blue line hero that everybody keeps telling me all cops are. And this is an isolated incident. Here we go.
Sir, I can type that for you. It's okay. I'm here with you.
Okay.
Now look, I'm usually not a big guy for when a woman turns on the tears and turns it off, and I'm going to immediately, look, I've been around. I've been there and done that. This woman is exhibiting complete behavior, confusion. She's trying to articulate. She's scared to talk. She doesn't know what to say. He has, I mean, I'm just looking at her like, dude, have you ever done a rape investigation where you've talked to a woman who was just violently beat, and you would probably handle, look, if you don't want to tell me what happened, I can't help you. Look, Did he rip your clothes off? Did he? I mean, that's the way this guy would do that. He has no concept of reading a situation and trying to deal with people on an individual level. Just outrageous.
I'm not trying to make this difficult for you.
You're making this much worse.
I'm just trying to be a good ally.
Okay, you're not helping him.
This guy's like, I'm trying to be a good guy. This guy is a nice guy. He's a medical professional. He's trying to do the right thing. And I've met some asshole medical professionals. You know, if you watch my Nurse Woobles, I can tell the difference between somebody who's trying to help and somebody who's being a jerk. Nurse Woobles was a complete power control maniac that deserved what she got. This guy is doing nothing wrong and is actually trying to help this woman and be an ally and support her and stop her from being intimidated by this freaking bully. And he's standing up against authority and against government, even though the guy has a badge and a gun and has threatened to arrest him already, threatening to arrest him for trespassing, and now ends up arresting him later. He's still standing up and doing the right thing. So kudos to this guy. As a matter of fact, if you want to watch the whole video without me yapping, because I know I'm going to get people, you talk too much. Unlawful arrest by SFPD on this guy's channel. I don't know if this guy is this guy, but I do know he puts down here and he has a GoFundMe for his legal fees. And if you're going to send me a donation or think of buying me something, go give to this GoFundMe, because this guy did a good thing here. And, you know, he shouldn't be screwed over by SFPD. But here we go.
I'm helping.
You're not helping him. I'm asking you to leave. Okay, your name is John Yalahi.
Puts his hands on the guy. We call that a physical assault. He has no reason whatsoever to touch this guy. He could have asked for the ID. He could have asked him to move it. He physically assaults this guy right here. Again, this is a bully intimidation. I will get my hands close to your face. I will put my hands on you. I will find a lawful reason to touch you in order to try and provoke you to pull away, to show some sort of action that I can say, oh, you obstructed my event. You yanked away. You were resisting. I was going to detain you. I thought you were going for a gun, and I had to grab you and tase you. This is what this cop is doing, and this guy handles it pretty well. He shouldn't have to handle it. It's bullshit, but this cop ought to be charged with assault right here, and this guy ought to be contacting a district attorney wanting to prefer charges against this guy for assault.
Yalahi. Okay, I'll make sure I contact Sutter Health and give him the video.
Now he intimidates the guy by contacting his job because he's not getting his way. He's throwing a freaking childish temper tantrum, but the problem is when you give children badges, guns, and power, and they're allowed to have temper tantrums without accountability, this is what you get. You pesky citizen. There'll be people here, there'll be blue line guys coming here telling me how this cop did a great job, and these guys should have been more cooperative, and had they only listened to him, none of this would happen. And it's their fault for not just going along and fighting into court later, Rick. Outrageous.
Because I'm asking you to leave a police station and you're not.
But why are you asking him to leave? Why?
Because
why
I need to
is
have
he
a conversation with you in private.
You don't need a conversation in private. You're being a dickhead. If I, even as a cop there, I'd be like, dude, you need to chill the fuck out. Why are you doing this? You know what? I'll take the report. Go ahead and get out of here. Go tell the sergeant I'll take this report because you're being a dickhead. No cop would ever treat somebody this way in front of me. And I know people are going to be here, Rick, you would never tell a cop. You're freaking lost your mind. I have intervened several times where I wouldn't say like thousands, but several times where cops got out of control and they got too emotional and violent. Dude, man, you need to chill. I'll handle it. And I usually did it to protect them. And some of them were okay with it, like, man, I appreciate it because I was about to punch that dumbass. And it'd be like, that's cool. I saw you were losing it. I dealt with it. No big deal. Other guys would be like, man, how dare you embarrass me? And you had no right. And they would get all pissy. And I'd be like, dude, you're fucking out of control. If you want to handle this another way, we can handle it another way. But I'm telling you, you were fucking out of control. I didn't like it. So if I was here, I guarantee you this cop would not be treating this woman this way. And that's the problem now is cops don't want to stand up. And even when I stood up, there was fallback, there was pushback. This cop would go to his buddies. His buddies be like, yo, man, why'd you do that, man? You know, we got to stand together. It's blue line. It's us against them, man. You know how we get complaints on everybody. Why you want to do that? Now he can't complain, and now she complains. She's going to call you as a witness. And you know what? Then the guy shouldn't have been being a dick. I can't help it if he's a dick. It's just outrageous.
No, I don't want to be in private.
Okay.
I don't feel safe to be in private.
Okay.
She's smart. right there tells me she passed her psychological evaluation. She's smart enough to know that this freaking cop's out of control and she don't want to be alone with him. I'm not a medical professional and I don't have to do any more of an evaluation than that.
Well then that's just how it's
No,
going to go.
I'm-
Yes or no? Do you want me to write the supplemental report or not?
Yes or no. When cops start doing this yes or no shit, look, it's a losing battle. They don't want to do it. Now, both these people at this point should have went, you know what? You're right. We'll just leave. And they both should have left. That would have probably been the best thing for both of them to de-escalate this guy. Unfortunately, it's bullshit and they shouldn't have to leave. This guy is getting paid to do a job, and when he doesn't want to do it, he threatens to arrest you and trespass you and kick you out of the station because he don't want to do his job. And you know what? That's okay. Because blue lives matter. Because they're all heroes. Because this is an isolated incident. Yeah, okay.
Why didn't you let me tell you?
You are having a mental crisis right
I'm
now.
not having a mental crisis.
You are having mental crisis.
When he said that, I was kind of like, where the hell did he pull that out? I mean, that's it's one thing if she would be like walking in circles or banging her head or nodding her head and acting kind of like in a corner or saying, you know what, I'll just go kill myself. That's one thing. This is why red flag laws are such a problem. Because once you give cops the ability to use red flag laws saying, I'm in fear you might do something with your guns. I don't think you should have your gun. You give anybody on the streets the ability to have a law now to have government come take your guns because they go, I think you're having a mental crisis. This is exactly what this cop just did. He pulled out mental health in the middle of a situation where he was losing because he couldn't intimidate this woman and he couldn't make this guy leave. So he pulls out, you're having a mental health crisis. I'm concerned for your safety. I'm concerned for my safety because your safety is a concern for me. It's just freaking outrageous.
Why do you?
Because you're all over the place. You are mentally unstable.
Wow. Rick, if we just give up our guns and only government have guns, then we would be safe. Well, yeah, that's because you're an idiot.
So are you
going to leave or not?
a professional? So can you tell me that I'm having? Why?
Yes, because I've trained to do that. I'm about to call you an ambulance.
Again, she shows her cognitive reasoning that, are you a professional? Can you tell me why you're saying I'm having a mental... She wants some articulable facts other than this guy just bellowing out freaking outrageous accusations. Again, she's passing a mental health exam to me right here on a freaking camera.
To have them assess you. Would you like that or would you like to do the report?
So now you have two choices. You can either do the report. Before it was either leave or don't leave. Then it was like, I need to talk to you by yourself or I'm not going to do the report. Now he's given her two more choices. You can either have a mental health evaluation and I can call the ambulance, which I'll probably try to bill you and I'll intimidate you and I'll make you feel like you're crazy and then I'll make you feel, and then in my report I'll put that you needed a mental health evaluation. Therefore, whatever statement you give me will mean nothing. So that's your option. Either you're alone with me and I can do what the hell I want and you need to shut up, or I can call the mental health on you. Outrageous behavior.
Why are you going to call?
Okay, I'm calling an ambulance. They're going to assess you.
What a dick.
Complaining. So I don't want to talk to you right now.
This woman is being reasonable, calm, even though she's being treated like shit. She had a little emotional breakdown there a little bit, which to me is totally understandable the way this guy's treating her. She is being much more reasonable than most people I ever dealt with. This cop is the one that's losing it.
Okay, well, so that's the thing is,
Okay,
you're in the police station. No, listen. If you'd like, if you're in the police station, no.
So she doesn't want to talk to him. He could have easily said, if you don't want to talk to me, that's fine, I'll leave. He doesn't want to leave because then he loses his power. He wants to stay, escalate, intimidate, and bully this person. He could have 100% walked away right there per policy saying the woman said she did not want to talk to me and I left. And he would have been covered by policy. Obviously, he's already stepped on his dick 300 times in this video being a jerk, but he could have left right there, which tells me again, if they want to charge him criminally or he wants to bring a civil case against this guy had time and reasons to leave and de-escalate, and he chose not to. Because he was being a bully and he wanted to abuse his power. Outrageous.
You're in the police station.
He told me that I need to go away.
So just again.
So now she's trying to have a conversation with him. This cop doesn't like that. This is a typical abuser, people. People that have a wife that they abuse or they intimidate, or a woman that abuses a man and has a guy scared to death, they will do this behavior. I don't want you talking to anybody because that takes away my control. I don't want you getting advice from somebody that might tell you different than me. I'm in charge. You are mine. You are my property, and I will do what I say. And if you don't, I will intimidate, threaten, and try to take things away from you. That's exactly what this cop... I mean, it's just outrageous that this cop is not charged by the DA with a freaking crime.
And again, John, so I'm asking you for the last time to leave.
Now I'm asking you for the last time. A few minutes ago, you told me he was trespassing, you were going to arrest him. So why didn't you arrest him? Because he wasn't trespassing. Because that was an idle threat to intimidate.
Okay, just to confirm, you are not leaving.
I would like her to go with me.
Okay, no, that is not okay.
Why is that not okay? Someone explain to me the legal reason, one of you cop protectors, badge polishing idiots out there who's going to come here and tell me how I got this all wrong. Please tell me how this cop has the legal authority to say, no, she cannot leave with you. He is basically de facto made a detention of both these people right now. She cannot leave, and if you don't leave, I'm arresting you. He is detaining her against her will by saying she can't leave, and now he's intimidating this guy. Now, I know some cops come here. Well, Rick, technically, if he thinks she's a mental health problem, he can detain her for her own safety until medical comes. He can, and legally that's true, but it's total bullshit.
Just to confirm, you are not leaving.
I will stay with her.
Okay, so you are...
See, he keeps trying to make this guy make admissions that he's voluntarily disobeying an order. And you can disobey an order from a cop. Just because a cop says this is a lawful order doesn't make it lawful. I can say, I'm giving you a lawful order right now to take off your bra and show me your titties. Oh, you didn't do it. I'm going to arrest you for disobeying a lawful order. It wasn't a lawful order. You don't have to comply. The fact that this guy is saying you're trespassing, and if you don't follow my order, I'm going to... It's not lawful just because he says it's lawful. See, that's called intimidation. That's called keeping the public dumbed down. That's called sending people to government schools to where they tell you government's good and you should comply. That's what you get. You get people that can't think, and just because a cop says it's lawful, it must be lawful. And if I can be arrested and he's giving me a lawful order, then I should comply, and I should immediately run away and abandon this woman to this guy's abuse. Good for you for staying, dude.
I'm giving you a lawful order, and you are defying that order. So at which point I'm going to write a report and you will be under arrest. I will not put you in handcuffs right now, but I am going to arrest you.
Again, you think he's trying to intimidate this guy? Let me tell you something. He's intimidating her. He's telling her, don't mess with me. You see what happens when you mess with me? I'm going to place you under arrest. Don't mess with me, you pesky citizen who's bothering me and making me do a job that I'm getting paid to do. Out freaking rageous.
Do you understand? I do. Okay, so that is fine. You'll be okay with that?
I'm not okay with that.
I'm not okay with that. This cop later will say he admits that he's okay with it. And even if he admitted and he didn't say not, I don't care. I would have said, look, dude, you're going to do what you need to do. If you want to arrest me, then arrest me. If you want to file a charge with DA, file a charge. You don't need my permission to do that. You don't need my permission to be here. As a matter of fact, she already said she didn't want to talk to you. Why didn't you leave? The only thing I'd say to this guy is he should have probably requested a supervisor a little bit quicker. He lets the cop request a supervisor later, and you're going to notice when the supervisor comes, he immediately bombards the supervisor with my side, because that tells me how wrong he is. Because a cop who's not worried about it, I'll be like, hey man, I called the supervisor, he wants to talk to you. I'll let him deal with the guy. I'll let the guy prove that he's an idiot and a freaking freakazoid, and then when a sergeant comes over to me, I'll be like, that's what I've been dealing with, and here's why I called you. And then that's why the cops who are wrong will immediately ambush the sergeant before the pesky citizen has a chance to say anything and say, here's what they're doing. Here's what he did. He did this and he did that, and I'm going to arrest him, and I need your support, and I'm the officer here, and I need your support. And shitty supervisors will believe them and automatically jump to conclusion that you've been mean to my officer. Good supervisors will be like, you know what? Let me get their side. Chill out for a minute. If you're in my face this quick when I walk out here, maybe you're the problem. But there's not a lot of good supervisors out there anymore.
Okay, that's fine. So you can leave. I'm just trying to do a report. You're making things worse.
That's not what you told me. You said.
I never said
you
that.
Say, bye. Do you have cameras?
I do have cameras, and I have a camera right here.
No. You have cameras. So what you say, hey, bye.
So
why have you?
And I believe this cop did that. He was behind a counter being a smartass, waving bye-bye. I absolutely believe that happened.
Yes or no, do you want a supplemental report?
Yes or no? We're in a yes or no. Yes or no? Do you want to get arrested for trespassing? Yes or no? Do you want to leave? Yes or no? No, you can't leave together. You can either get a mental health evaluation or do what I tell you. Yes or no? Man, this cop is freaking...
Why are you asking me to leave?
See, look, I'm asking her.
Notice the hand, intimidation. He already knows this woman is fearful of him. She's already said she doesn't feel comfortable with him. What does he do? He gets closer. He puts his hands up. He tries to intimidate. He gets loud. He threatens to arrest somebody that she's talking to. So to tell you, you better not talk to anybody or I'll arrest anybody you talk to. I'm in control here. Outrageous behavior. I'm in 30 minutes. I didn't think I was going to go this long, but this video is really important. And if you guys don't want to watch the second part, that's okay. I'm kind of doing it a little bit for this guy to maybe give him some insight on how law enforcement works and how he can maybe fight this and maybe use some of my statements or terminology or find somebody that can testify and help him. So that's why I'm going a little long and kind of articulating what this cop is doing and how wrong he is. All right, we'll make a part 2. Well, there.